Hello, I'm Rukmini and today I am making a saffron and cardamom bread and butter pudding from my new book, India Express. This pudding is based on an amazing Indian dessert that my mum makes. It's triangles of butter-fried bread that you soak in a saffron and cardamom milk. Mum serves clotted cream on the side. Now, I really like this dessert, but I also really love bread and butter pudding, so I've combined the two and it's amazing. First thing is, heat up some milk and pop some saffron in. It's really important to use good quality saffron, best you can find, because it gives you amazing smell and flavour. And you can see that's turning a gorgeous yellow colour now. It's important to let this infuse for as long as you can so you get the best flavour. So I've done this first and I'll get on with the rest of the dish now. Now I've got some lovely green cardamom pods here. I'm going to crush the seeds in a pestle and mortar and then pop them in with the rest of the custard ingredients. It doesn't have to be too perfect, just a rough sort of dust. Now that's going to go into this bowl, add my sugar, and just quickly separate your eggs. Pop the yolks into the bowl. Now give this a good whisk. You can save the whites, you can use them for meringues, you can use them for egg white omelettes. My dog Pepper loves egg white omelettes. You can see it's looking nice and incorporated. It's not lumpy at all. Now it's time to add in the cream. Just whisk it in. And this is such an easy custard. You don't need to cook it off on the stove. It's ready to go as it is. Now, I wanted to pay tribute in this dish to the original Shahi Tukra pudding, so I'm using brioche instead of regular bread, just to reflect the fact that you would fry the bread off in butter, and brioche is obviously very high butter content. I'm just arranging the bread. You can do it any way you like. I quite like doing it like this because you're going to end up with these lovely triangles which will crisp up in the oven, so that underneath will be lovely and soft and the top will be nice and crispy. This is what we're aiming for, but it doesn't have to be perfect. You can do it as neatly or spend as much or as little time as you want. It's still going to be really delicious. Now I'm going to pour this easy custard all over the pudding so it can really soak through. It's going to look like you maybe have a bit too much custard, but you don't, because it's going to carry on soaking in as it cooks. You can squash the bread in a little bit, but I wouldn't do too much because you want to keep these little pyramid shapes just to make sure they crisp up properly in the oven. Now for the fun part. I'm going to scatter over my blackberries. Then this gorgeous bright yellow. Can you see how yellow that's gone with the saffron? If you want to get even more flavour and colour out of it, you can use the back of a spoon to mash the saffron slightly, but I'm really happy with this as it is. Now, gently just drizzle that over the top. And the final touch, because I love adding a bit of crunch to dishes, I'm putting some roughly chopped pistachios on, just for even more flavour and a little bit of colour. And now that's ready to go in the oven. I'm popping it in at 150 because you want the insides to cook really gently, and it's going to take 25 to 30 minutes. And that's my saffron and cardamom bread and butter pudding with blackberries just out of the oven. But of course, use any other fruit that's in season. Figs or raspberries would be great. This is one of my favourites from my new book, India Express. Can't wait to tuck in.